is, but I'm that guy.
There you
I can
are.
absolutely.
You are on my stream and everybody can see you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. First of all, I'm so excited that I can do it myself because I'm just technology. I'm just an engineer since I was a kid. But everybody, please welcome to the stream one of my favorite guys who is also an unbelievable talent all around. His name is Andy the Butcher. I'm not gonna Wild Hog 69, I guess.
That's me. That's me. Great movie. Great movie. Huge Tim Allen fan. There it is.
So let's talk about the wrestling
The
situation.
stream.
How did you move into that?
Well, I did train to become a professional wrestler when I was like 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
which was a very long time ago,
Well,
and
who's counting?
it's a pretty long time ago. Um, yeah, and just in the middle of it, I blew my ACL, so I only got like 6 months of training, and that was kind of like it. It got me to pivot into music, and I took like the instruments more and then are more serious, and then I found like the right guys to like start a band with,
Mm.
and I'm with still to this day I'm with two of them, like the same people that started the band
Wow,
in the beginning. So
very loyal.
huge bond with those two, you know what I mean? And then the other dude's been with us for like 18 years, so
Wow,
yeah, yeah, pretty much a brother. You know, they're all my brothers.
of course.
Yeah. um, but yeah, and it like I tore my ACL, and then like I got to a point where I literally like realized that I kind of just gave up. And this was probably like 30 years old. I was probably 30, 32. I was just like, all right, cool. I'm a fat guitar player that grows a beard and plays guitar. All right, cool. That's me. I had totally abandoned. I think I had an injury somewhere around there. Like I may have like had the start of like an MCL tear or something like that. So like working out just kind of didn't do it anymore. Like I didn't feel like I needed to like work out. Like I said, I just wanted to be a fat guitar player, and that
Hmm.
was it, right? So I gained a bunch of weight, um, and like years passed, and I never felt better. And then I had gotten into a fight in Oxford, England, and it was weird. Like it just after I didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Why
Like
did
I
you
got
lose?
I wouldn't say I lost, but I got hit with a bottle 3 times.
Oh
I got
man.
kicked in the mouth. It was weird. It was just like it wasn't a good thing, and it wasn't like by doing. I just was in a I was in a weird like a weird place. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Was
Is this a
basically
common thing around those, traveling, playing music around the world?
I mean sometimes, but this was like totally just. It was like people outside. Like it was at 4 in the morning. Um, and you know, like when your sleep schedule is a little weird, 4 in the morning is weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I was over there. I had a little bit of jet lag, and I was up at like 4 in the morning, and I just kept hearing people scream outside of our bus. I opened the bus. Someone threw a sandwich at me.
Oh
No
no.
joke. I didn't. They didn't get hit me, but I did
Tuna.
get a
It's got to be
burger
a
from
tuna
them.
sandwich if it was in England.
It was a burger, which sucks even
Oh.
more because they wasted a burger. Um, so yeah, then I went outside and these dudes started talking shit. A guy ran at me and then I started just fighting. And it was just weird. You know what I mean? Like at the end of it, I didn't feel like I just didn't feel good about myself. You know what I mean? After. So when I got home, I just kind of got in like fighting spirit again and started like
Mm.
really working out, really making my body like feel right. And then just at that same time, a school in Buffalo, New York called Grapplers Anonymous had opened, and Jesse would go there. My partner Blade, he would go there, and he just invited me one night, and I was like, okay. So I went, and I just wanted to bump around for the guys. Like that was it. I didn't want to. I didn't really have aspirations to like wrestle matches. I just wanted to help people get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I ended up getting like better and better, and then yeah, Jess like he was in he was contracted at some place, and it didn't go well, and it happened at the same time when I started just like working. I started really picking up and working shows on the indies, and then we decided a team, and it was like it just kind of all worked out at the same time, and it was crazy because I had like I always envision first before I do just to see if it all makes sense. Um, and I came up with this weird character, these two weird characters, based on like 90s movies, like specialty thug. So like this isn't like the guy, this isn't like the main heel. This is like the guy you gotta beat to get to the heel.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So like when the local guys can't get it done, they gotta call the weird dudes from Milwaukee, and then
right.
they come and they have like weird characteristics that are never explained,
Mm.
like a monocle and a weird like mask,
Makes
and
sense.
yeah, and they're just hitmen for hire, and that literally is it. And it's so funny because like people ask me like, "What's your character?" And I'm just like, "Watch any '90s action movie, a character like me will show up." And like that is the whole thing. There's no like alter. And I just told it to Jesse because he's such a '90s movie buff, and I'm a '90s movie buff.
Mm.
I was like, let's just be weird dudes that never get anything explained. We're gonna call ourselves the Butcher and the Blade. You're gonna always refer to me as Butch, and I'm gonna always refer to you as Blade. And like that's it.
That makes
And it
perfect
literally could
sense.
go anywhere. And it was just so funny because I think at the time he was just trying to get wrestling back because he felt so down that he was like, "Sure, I'll take the ride with you, man." So, yeah,
Wow.
here we are. It's been pretty cool.
How long has it been now with him?
Six. Well, with him, it's been 4 years,
Mm.
and then six overall. I've been like 6 years, like pretty much been wrestling, which is insane to say.
So, and now you've been in AW for how long now?
It's been, literally. I just got my 1 year anniversary,
Whoa.
February 2nd.
Wow, that's huge,
Yeah.
man. How do
Yeah.
you feel? How do you feel? Because I'm not saying. Because
Go ahead.
what do you mean?
I'm old. It's fine. I'm an
No.
old musician, dude.
What are you talking about? I'm not saying that.
You're gonna say that.
No, I was not. What are you talking about? Andy, what? Butch?
You're my biggest supporter, so I know you're telling the truth.
Yes, and I was gonna say, how do you feel? Because now you perform. You know, you're used to performing music in front of thousands of people, but
Yeah,
now you have to perform. Not currently, but before you have to. Now you have to perform wrestling in front of thousands of people.
dude, it's terrifying. Dude, I
It,
was so scared. I was so scared when Cody like gave us the call. Like me and my girlfriend had a really serious talk about it because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Like, this is a huge life step,
hmm,
and like these people see something in me, and I can't say no. And then I had to go to my band and be like, guys, like this is gonna be weird because I now have two things that are gonna take me away from home, and I need to be home. You know what I mean? So
hmm.
we had a great conversation about it. My dudes were super supportive. I actually missed my first wrestling my I missed my first ever Every Time I Die show because of AEW too.
Wow.
So, and I was the only member of Every Time I Die that had not missed a show in
In
23 years.
23 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like yeah, but
How
I
did?
got to wrestle with DDP. It was cool.
Do you have to wrestle DDP?
Yeah.
I've
And that
wrestled
was right.
DDP myself
Yeah.
in the Rumble. He came in, and I'm not gonna tell that story because it's not gonna look
But we both
good.
got it. We both got to wrestle DDP, which is great.
Wow, we're connected. So are you nervous every time you play music in front of people?
Never. Like only in Buffalo. Only when I'm like in front of my friends and family.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
the extra pressure. You feel like you have to.
No. There's been a few times. There's been like really epic shows that like sometimes like festivals in Europe get kind of weird because there's so many people.
Hmm.
So you get a little nervous. But like at that usually by the time we get there, like all of us have the set list so down that like I can play the songs with my eyes closed.
Really?
So it's not like a matter of like relearning stuff or like learning stuff on the fly. You're such a machine at that point in time.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so is it a gimmick when they put the guitar behind their necks and do the
Absolutely not.
That's a
No, you
real
can do
thing?
that. Yeah, of course, dude.
You can do that with all your songs?
I don't know about that, but I can play behind. I mean, I can probably play a few riffs behind my back.
Wow. What is the weirdest position you can play guitar? What is the weirdest position that you have ever played the guitar?
I used to play while I was playing. Like I would strum on my guitar and play the neck of my of Jordan's guitar, and Jordan would like strum my guitar and play.
No, you
Yeah,
guys did each other like that?
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
That's Pacific Rim stuff. You know what I mean? That mental.
that's
I've
impressive.
been with that dude for 23 years.
Were you guys playing the same music?
Oh yeah, like we were playing a song on stage, and
Right,
like I would just play the one part, and he would play the other, and I would play. He would, vice versa.
right. Wow, that's impressive. So, um, but when you wrestle in front of people, you get very nervous.
Oh, so nervous, dude. It's a microscope, and like you're under such a microscope, and you really don't have anything to hide behind. So like with guitar, I have like crazy amounts of sound coming at you,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have distortion coming at you, and like effects, and then I have my guitar in front of me, and like I can get in my own little bubble and
Mm-hmm.
just stay right there where I'm in the pocket and like blah blah blah. In wrestling, oh my god, dude! Like I'm starting to realize that like, and this is so deep, dude. I'm sorry, Miro, because I got
Bro, no, I
really
love this
deep here.
conversation. Are you kidding me?
Well, I was thinking about you earlier when you texted me, and I was like, it was crazy. Like I was out, I had to go food shopping, as one does, and I was like thinking about like languages and how you had to learn English, so like to come over here and do this thing, and then like you had to learn wrestling on top of that, and then whatever thing you do, you're learning languages, but you're doing it in different ways, right? So like you and I know how to speak wrestle,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a weird language.
Mm.
And like you've been speaking wrestle language way longer than I have been. So like there's gonna be things that I'm gonna like misinterpret that you're gonna say to me. This is all me and you wrestling each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so when we're doing that, we're speaking a language, and then the people who watch wrestling are the only people that understand that language, but in a whole different context.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like guitar is just a language that is very easy to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling, I'm still learning the language.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think a lot of people at my age probably would be very critical to people giving them critiques. But like, dude, I'm just a sponge, man. I want to know everything. So if I like, and that's the crazy part about wrestling on TV is like you understand that you did something stupid right away
Mm-hmm.
because you can see it right away. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like as soon as you walk back, like boom, like my girlfriend in her job, she doesn't really have that because she works in a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like it's so strange when people are like, wait, so like Arn Anderson was standing there and told you like to take your jacket off? And I was like, yeah. And it's like, oh, that's a dude you like worshipped since you were a kid. Like, does that hurt? And I'm like, no, man, I'm going to take my jacket off. Like, that's it. Like, it's so crazy to me, like, to think of it like that. And I was like thinking about it the other day when if I said 5 actual wrestling terms to a normal human being, they would think I'm insane.
Mm.
But if you think of wrestling like that, it's just a language, and we convey that language physically. And you're a better speaker of it than I am.
Oh, stop that.
I'm saying, but in experience wise, absolutely. You
Well,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
I've spoken
There's
it for
things that
longer. I've wrestled for longer, and
yeah,
it's just you. But it, it just takes time. It just takes time
you
and reps. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did doing this just for you so you can be entertained. And maybe I can be entertained. Who knows? But if you do like, you know what you gotta do. Subscribe, like, deal, spread the rumors, call your friend, tell them, hey, Miro got another video. Do it right now. Stuff like that. Figure it out. Thank you. Goodbye.